Hugo sunt inquit hibos sedentum in Liblano, et alter dixit, ecce hic est calpus, alia diende, loquentum Dowell. My brother informs me that it's no longer the custom at Wakefield to give all of our addresses in Latin. That's going to make this a lot easier. So, when I began to write this speech, I thought to myself, how do I reach these kids? Then I thought, well, to reach a high schooler, you've got to think like a high schooler. So just like back in high school, I procrastinated until the very last minute. Then I stayed up all night playing video games. Well, actually, I was writing a legal brief, but to a lawyer, that's pretty much the equivalent to playing game. So, as I eased my way back into the high school mindset, I started to reminisce about Wakefield. And I started to think about all the special things that make Wakefield Wakefield. The medieval banquet, all the Latin conventions, WODs, the Great 100s, the class trips to Europe, and those lacrosse games. Man, were they barn burners. No, literally. There used to be a barn behind the manor house, but it burned down my senior year. If you don't believe me, check out the 2001 yearbook. Where you'll see some epic pictures of my good friend and fellow graduate, Stephen Fernandez, standing in front of the flames, being like, "Look me." But despite how great the Wakefield experience is, I also remember high school being a frustrating time. You feel a little bit trapped, like a caged panther. Now I know what you're thinking. Come on, Tom. This is Wakefield. We're all about owls here. Aren't we more like caged owls? Well, high schoolers, panthers, and owls, they do have a lot in common. They're all nocturnal. They all have their own unique musk, especially after the cross practice. But owls are silent. While high schoolers and panthers, they're caterwauling all the time. So I do think being a caged panther is the better analogy here. So of course, now you're probably thinking, why the heck is this guy talking about animals so much? I thought he just said he was a lawyer, not like a zookeeper or something. To which I say, touche. Let's get back on track. So anyway, high school can be a bit frustrating, because here you are, you feel smart enough and strong enough to make your own decisions and to take care of yourself, but you're still being told what to do, where to go, what to wear, when to go to sleep, when to wake up. It can make you feel a bit, claustrophobic. Being a college student is the opposite of everything frustrating about being a high schooler. In college, you'll feel freer than at any time in your life. You can eat ice cream for dinner, you can sleep all day, and stay out all night until the sun comes up. And trust me, I have. You can go on spontaneous road trips, you can join a drum circle. You can poke a badger with a spoon. You can pretty much do anything you put your efforts towards. Sky's the limit, as long as you're willing to live with the consequences, especially after poking a badger with a spoon. But all that freedom, it can be daunting. What should you do? Where should you start? Now, far be it from me to tell you how to use your newly earned freedom. It goes against my own personal ethos to tell people what to do. But I am happy to share with you what little advice I can, to the extent that you care to hear. So first, Socrates said, know thyself. But I think you should take his logic one step further. Don't just know yourself, be yourself. College is an opportunity to achieve your true potential. When I was in school, I saw plenty of wimpy kids get ripped and plenty of jocks become scholars. If the whole Animal House thing isn't for you, don't feel pressured to go berserker at every party. Not into Latin? Don't feel compelled to become a classicist, even though Wakefield already has prepared you for a master's level degree. Remember, college isn't high school. You're in control. You define you. Next piece of advice, be bold. College can be an intimidating place. Some of your professors will act like they can walk on water. It's okay to question them, respect them. Just because you're young, it doesn't mean you can't be insightful or that your ideas aren't valuable. I read about a great example of this in the paper the other day. There was a high school student who found a lost Mayan city. I don't know if you all heard about that. Basically, he noticed that the layout of other Mayan cities sort of mirrored the constellations that were important to Mayan culture. And there you go. He just kind of connected the dots. He found the city. It was amazing. And it's proof that you can have a meaningful impact at any age. Also, be bold enough to stray outside your comfort zone. Don't be afraid to try new things. Learn Chinese if you're interested, or reach out to people with different interests than you. But most importantly, be bold enough to study abroad. The prospect of studying abroad can feel overwhelming. You have to leave all your friends in college and learn a new place, often while working in a completely different language. But studying abroad also is an unparalleled opportunity to immerse yourself in a new culture. Far beyond a vacation, studying abroad allows you to make a foreign place yours. Few college experiences can be quite as transformative. Finally, when I was in your seats 15 years ago, Ambassador Purnell, father of my friend and fellow Wakefield graduate Alex Purnell, advised us to be thankful and to thank others. His advice really stuck with me. Remember that each one of you has the love and support of not just your parents and family, but of the whole Wakefield community. Few people are so lucky. So spread your good fortune to others by doing good works and by taking full advantage of your college experience. So now that you've received the last lecture of your high school careers, you're on the cusp of freedom and it's time to celebrate. And how do Panthers celebrate? They dab.